You want some good penetrating arrowheads. And you have all of these little pennies that were smashed in the machine with all these pictures and stuff like that left over from your auntie or somebody, and you have no idea what the heck to do with them. I got the solution for you right here. This is my future for arrowheads. This one I got all bent up, but I could find a flat one. Check it out. Penny penetrating arrowheads. Brings you back to the Bronze Age, copper, maybe. I guarantee you, this is sharp enough. While going at the full speed of an arrow, it will penetrate. It might warp inside of you, but it will penetrate, it will go in deep. Here's what you do. You get your arrow. Put a decent sized notch in it. Just with a normal saw blade. So it's nice and snug. Right here, you put it in. Shove it all the way down as far as you can, so it's got a good level right here. One, it'll have its penetrating end, it'll have cutting edges, and it will be down far enough so it's sturdy and stable enough so it won't bend and be all flip-floppity and falling off. Before you do that, cut 2 little notches in there. It's a soft enough metal where you could do that with a little saw, coping saw even. You tie it around nice and tight, and that little lip that you always see on the corners of these, it grips into that too for extra security. You tie it up with some sinew or some string, however way you do it. There, you got yourself, and yes, this is a homemade arrow, and it flies beautifully. You know, so. And, you know, say there's some enemies coming into the country and all you have left are these bows, send them one with a picture of Iwo Jima and showing them America doesn't play around. Okay, serious time over, guys. Now, what you do, you tie it like any other arrowhead through there. And what you do, you flatten the, put the ends at an angle. I just did this with a saw, like a little coping saw, a little hacksaw, and a file. Easy peasy. You know, couldn't go wrong. That way when it penetrates, we'll have a wedge. That way it could go through. And it'll be perfectly strong with a good binding. Not only that, the cool thing about this is, think about it. It's soft enough to cut through like that with a coping saw. You can barb these suckers and make them pretty darn deadly and effective. Imagine these barbed. Then, check it out. You cut a bunch of little barbs into it, then you curl them up on one side, curl them on the other. Curl them on one side, curl them on the other. Now you have something barbed with gnarly little curls in there that'll warp and get inside your target and mess some stuff up. You see, when it comes to survivalism or survivalist tendencies and stuff like that, on a budget, and you have a whole bunch of these, you could get these anywhere. Go to your local museum. They will have these. Go to your local PX or something like that. They always have stuff like this for tourists or military base. They do. Go somewhere where there's a theme park. They have these everywhere. They have them at state fairs, OC Fair, LA County Fair, county fairs. You can get these anywhere and everywhere. And yeah, technically you can customize your own arrowhead with whatever picture you want in there. Say you want the spirit of a bear, you're at the zoo, get one with a bear on it. Get one with a wolf. Heck, maybe even a koala. I heard those little guys can be pretty vicious sometimes. Heck, they eat eucalyptus or not eucalyptus, yeah. I think so. Well, whatever it is, it's toxic to them, and and that's the babies eating them. Now, this goes into your quiver. It goes in, comes out, nice and smooth, no snag, nothing. Now, that's if you have it smooth like that, not serrated. I don't know how that'll do. They'll probably snag. That's how it works with serrated and blades and stuff like that. They snag. And you put them on after. But if you have it like this, you have a good cutting, penetrating arrowhead, and it will go in and out of the quiver easily. It's tough, it's reusable, and if it does bend and warp, it does have good penetration, really good penetration, and it'll bend and warp inside of whatever you fire it at. This is really good, and it's light enough to where you don't have to worry about your arrow dropping, but it's heavy enough to give it that stability and that balance when it's flying. I mean, So it goes good. It goes straight. It doesn't go up. It's not hitting short of its mark, and it gives it some distance as well because of the weight. So this is the future, in my opinion. It's so simple. I don't know how I didn't think of this earlier, or anybody else. I mean, nobody told me this. I don't see any videos on YouTube. I made sure. So this is the future right here of makeshift arrowheads, you know. Plus, if you're worried about period correctness, if you're into rendezvous, hey, file off the picture. There you go. They had copper back then. You could hammer it in that shape. Period correct. There you go. Boom. When it comes to, you know, getting a whole bunch of them, piles of these suckers. Piles. You can find them in all kinds of places. Secondhand stores. Antique shops. You could find them at coin stores. All kinds of places. They'll sell you a whole bag for $1, I bet. Then you have super deadly hunting arrowheads. There you go. Now, of course, this is an arrow. I did the fletching myself. Really cool feathers. Works out. It fires beautifully. In fact, it fires straighter than some store-bought arrows that I got that are good carbon fiber ones. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the future of dirt cheap, common, easy to make arrowheads. You've seen it here first on Litter Boots' channel. We call them penny arrowheads, or penny arrows if you have the whole thing assembled. You know, so go to your local place. If you're out of arrowheads and you want some good hunting heads, broadheads, and stuff like that, stuff that you could customize, that you could get barb tips, anything and everything you want to do to it yourself. Soft enough metal to work with, but it's hard enough to do what it's got to do. Go out there, collect, buy. You know, that's what I would do. Now, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm no authority figure. Do at your own risk, but hey, that's your choice. You know, you have control over your own actions. Everybody does. So, I'll show you a finished one. Of course, I mean, yeah, you just tie it off. What's more to show? I'm just showing you the basic setup right here. And it's tight enough where if you need to slap this on in a pinch and you have nothing else, slide it on, boom, there you go. Say it gets warped and messed up, slide it out, slap in another one, boom, there you go. This is the future right here, people, of cheapy arrowheads that are effective. So, this is the penny arrowhead with the penny arrow. That's what I call it when it's attached, but that's the penny arrowhead, ladies and gentlemen. That's the future of homemade, simple to do, effective, customizable arrowheads. Simplicity at its best. You know, there you go. In my opinion, that's anyways. And if you want, hell, you could hammer pennies into this. I wouldn't do that because apparently messing up money is against the law. But they have these penny machines at all kinds of places, so apparently it's not against the law to do it if you're really good and artistic with a machine. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the penny arrowhead.